Okay, the first card for you is a 9 of Swords. Eight of Swords. Okay, and swords represent air, which is your element. A Queen of Swords, and she represents Libra, actually. You have Karma. This is a Knight of Cups, and this is going to be in the middle of your spread. Six of Wands. Two of Wands. Four of Pentacles. Wheel of the Year. Okay, and of course I will pull the outcome card after the main reading. So what I'm seeing here is pretty interesting because, as I said, swords represent air, which is your element, and it's definitely coming up here with past influences. Lots of worry going on here. So I'm obviously some of you Geminis are in long-term relationships. Some of you might actually be just dating someone. So this first row of swords, I kind of get a sense of some of you freaking out. Some of you might actually feel overwhelmed with the relationship. Will he, will she, or won't they, he or she, whoever you're attached to. Lots of worry about what this person will do. And of course, because you're an air signs do tend to overthink, very analytical over every single thing that happens in the relationship. And one of the more, liabilities of being an air sign is that, yes, because air signs are always analytical, and they process information through how they think and how they perceive reality. One of the fallbacks is that even something simple as someone forgetting to return a text, you can sort of, in a negative, if being overwhelmed by some negative circumstances or energy, it's easy to take that simple mistake of someone not answering your text and blow it out of proportion to feel like they're rejecting you. And so some of us, especially if you're an air sign, I'm an air sign, you can get really defensive. And sometimes a lot of swords show up for a relationship reading when there is a lot of overthinking and a lot of worry. And I'm also noticing that you only have 2 major arcana cards, but these two, Karma and the Wheel of the Year, the similarities between your 2 major arcana cards are about cycles, the things that keep coming round and round and round. So one of the themes I'm seeing through your major arcana is you going through the same cycle of being in love and analyzing every single thing this person does, worrying about whether they will really commit or give their love to you. And so lots of worry with the 9 of Swords. This is always the drama queen card. Someone's creating a lot of drama in your life. You have this 8 of Swords here, which is about feeling trapped and helpless or powerless. And then you have the Queen of Swords, who is the Queen of Wisdom. She is considered the widow of out of all the queens in the tarot. One interpretation of the Queen of Swords is that she is a wise woman who's been through a lot. And in the Witch's Tarot deck I'm using, this Queen of Swords is associated with Libra. But obviously, since it's air, one of the things that I think the Oracle is trying to tell some of you Geminis is try to have clarity and not worry about the situation so much. Okay. Now, if we did see a Knight of Swords, that would be Gemini. But Nevertheless, lots of worry here. And maybe some of you Geminis are like freaking out. You're afraid of being hurt. Maybe you did go through something with this partner or love interest where they did hurt you a lot, and you're kind of scarred from that. That's another way of interpreting these three swords in the past influences for September. So as we head into the month of September, very interesting things coming in here, because then you have a karma card. The karma card is about those dominoes falling. What you put out in the universe eventually makes its way back to you. The decisions you make, even the tiniest of decisions, they can have a big effect later on. And sometimes it's Judgment Day, where you go through this significant event that changes your life based on a decision that you made. Okay, so this is significant because if you're worried and you're scared, it seems like some definite things are coming here. Karma is right next to this Knight of Cups. This is in the center of your spread. And once again, it's in the center of your spread. Obviously, some of you, and even if you're not attached to a water sign, the Knight of Cups is about someone proposing love or bringing love to you. So obviously, since this is a relationship reading, someone committing to love emotionally. And you have the Six of Wands, a little bit of fire, a little bit of optimism here. So if things are like, I haven't seen this person, I'm very worried, I'm scared of being hurt, you know, a lot of this thinking in your head that's happening in this first row, here, there definitely seems to be a shift here. Okay. Where the Six of Wands is sort of firing things up. Fire is also very fast. It changes whatever it touches. And so with the Karma card, these two change makers, definite shift in September for you guys, heading towards the end of the month. So as we head into the near future, more Wands energy. You have a Two of Wands, which is the card of partnerships. It's sort of like making plans and expecting those partnerships to be successful. It's about having allies. So there's a little bit Six of Wands, and then it's followed here in the future by the Two of Wands. Definite connections for some of you. Lots of hope. At the very least, if it's not a definite connection, I'm feeling a lot of optimism here. And you might actually feel silly for overthinking or being worried so much. When we come here to the Four of Pentacles, which follows the Two of Wands, that's the Oracle sort of giving me a heads up, like, hey, things might slow down a little bit. And that's not always a bad thing. Sometimes the Four of Pentacles is perceived as being stubborn. Sometimes it's about being afraid of taking a risk or accepting change. But the interesting thing here is that it's followed by another major arcana card, which is the Wheel of the Year. And the Wheel of the Year is always about moving on. It's always about the natural seasons of change in our lives. You know, from being young to being middle-aged to growing old. It's what we have to accept. We can't fight it. We have to go with the laws of the universe. So yes, the potential for a wonderful romance here, and then maybe things get stuck with the Four of Pentacles, but then you have the Wheel of the Year that's going to sort of move things along. So let me shuffle for that outcome card. And your outcome card is a Five of Wands. Whoa. Okay. So here's what I'm seeing here in your future, Gemini. And it's not necessarily bad with this Five of Wands because, yes, it does have a reputation for being the card of conflict. But what I'm seeing here, as you go from a Six of Wands, which is the card of victory and success, to a Two of Wands, potential partnership, things get stuck. Then things move forward. It looks like the Wheel of the Year is throwing a number of things out of balance here. And the Five of Wands might actually signify why things are out of balance, a little bit of a conflict, wrong time, wrong place, wrong situation, obstacles that need to be addressed. The Five of Wands, the number 5 being the number of conflict and change, the Five of Wands isn't as harsh as the Five of Swords. If you had a Five of Swords, then I would start seeing a brutal defeat or a loss over a particular issue or event or a major setback. But what I'm seeing here with the Five of Wands are two people trying to reconcile their differences, trying to get on the same page. So the theme that I'm seeing here for you, Gemini, for this month is about working things out for the better, getting over the speed bumps in major and minor ways, obviously. Thousands of you Geminis having different experiences in your relationships. But I'm definitely seeing speed bumps here in the future where things get stalled. A specific situation I'm seeing is, oh, we're going to see each other this weekend, Two of Wands, you know, can't wait to be with you. And then bad news, oh, I can't come, you know. Keep in mind, Wands are the quickest energy, Pentacles are the slowest. So for some of you, there might be a lot of frustration because your love interest or partner is going to shift gears out of the blue. And it's going to throw a lot of things out of whack, some changes. And keep in mind, the Wheel of the Year is about changes that are meant to happen. So whatever comes out of this, yes, it is going to create a little bit of conflict. But just remember that after the Five of Wands, after the transformation of fire, you'll know specifically where things are going. You're going to feel a little bit better. And this will all blow over. Okay? So that was my reading, Gemini, and your birthday month is approaching. I know that for September, I do know, oh no, your birthday was in June. I'm thinking of another air sign. Anyway, I don't think Gemini had a chance to tell you happy birthday anyway back in June, but I hope you did. And I also want to thank all my new Patreon subscribers. Thank you so much for your donations and your thoughtfulness. I really appreciate it. Summer's coming to an end, so I hope you guys make the most of it, especially for those of you out east. For the west, not big changes, hopefully a little bit of rain. But I want to give you guys an alert that this Friday there will be a super chat. This will be a great opportunity to have some fun, talk about relationships, and do some free reading. So stay tuned for that. Okay, so take care, and as always, I wish you love and light.